So I just built a new gaming PC a few months ago and I have been trying to find a keyboard that will match its aesthetics. I've been using my Razer Black Widow Ultimate 2016 edition for a good 8 years now, and I was really hoping that my next keyboard will last long as well. I've been a little picky about this. My criteria includes that it must have a colored white, which is of course to match the white theme that I was going. Then it should have a wireless capability, which later I realized I don't really need, as connecting the keyboard with a coiled USB-C wire just looks absolutely amazing. The third is that it must have a numpad, as I've been using keyboard with numpad since I was like in elementary. And finally, it must have a backlit, again for aesthetic purposes. And finally, after more than a month scouring the internet for the perfect keyboard, I found this, the iRocks K85R, which is a local Taiwanese brand. It has had the perfect timing as it was just released just as I was finalizing what keyboard to buy. Now, this particular keyboard offers some high-end features for only around 120 or 130 USD, which is a lot less than my initial budget, as I almost purchased either the Keychron Q5 or the Asus ROG, which cost north of 200 USD. Now, aside from the features that I required initially, it went way above and beyond my expectation, as it also includes a multimedia knob and a customizable LED screen. There are also 3 body colors to choose from, which includes the graphite gray, mocha brown, which is, by the way, looks amazing in person, and finally the one that I have, which is the ice crystal white. Out of the box, you can also select 3 different switches type, which are the iRocks customized switch that includes the linear raspberry red and the regular or silent tactile milk tea switch. I got the linear red for now, but of course it's fully hot swappable and I can just change it later to tactile switch if I want to. Now in wireless mode, you need to turn on the switch in the bottom as well, but you can leave it off if you use it in wired mode. It also has 2 mode stand to adjust the angle of the keyboard. So in here guys, you can see that there's a 2 color tone actually. This is gray and this is white, which is true to the entire table including the keys. And surprisingly, I thought this is all plastic, but actually this lower part of the case and the back is a plastic one, but the top is surprisingly actually made of some kind of metal. I'm not so sure what kind of metal, but it is metal. I can feel it. Yeah, it feels cold, and yeah, they sound the same, but still, yeah, it is a metal. Then in the keycaps, this is capable. This is made both for Windows and for Mac OS, and thus you can see some of the options for the Mac commands here. And well, since I bought it in Taiwan, we have our Chinese characters in our keys as well. Yep. Then what else? So we have some other stuff. We have some indicators here regarding the battery level or whatever you set in the software. And of course, the main part or the one of the best feature of this keyboard is this. I think like lately a lot of keyboards are starting to include LED screens or LCD screens. I mean, even the fans have LCD screens right now. So this keyboard, newest one from iRock, also includes the LCD screen. And this, there are some additional buttons here that will allow you to change the function of the LCD screen. So for example, this top portion, you can choose whatever will be the function, or what function you want for the knob that will happen. So let's press that one, and the first one is of course the volume button, which is the default one. We can check it with change it to this one and just click that one, and that will let us select tab the like instead of alt tab, we can just select the keys from here. And the last one is just use the knob to become a scroll button. Yep, so I'll just set it for the volume, and here we can select if we want it wired or we want it to be on 2.4 gigabyte at 2.4 hertz, gigahertz wireless connection. Then, and of course, yeah, we can select between Windows or Mac OS. Alright, so let's download the software and change some settings. Okay guys, so we can download this software from the website itself, which is the iRocks website. So yeah, they have an English, because iRocks is also selling in Amazon as far as I know, although not really the newest one. So they also have an English, the website is actually in English. And yeah, you can download the software depending on what keyboard that you have. So since I have the K85R, I will be downloading this one. So it's almost finished downloading. It's only 76 megabyte, but it took me almost like 15 minutes just to download this very small file. It is somewhat my internet here is not that good to be honest. So yeah, it's taking quite some time just to download this. So let's see after this one. So this is the iRocks software, which is quite amazing and surprising considering that it looks to be even better than some of the most popular global brand out there. But yeah, it's pretty simple and very lightweight. You can customize the keyboard fairly well using the software, either individual keys or the different presets that this keyboard actually offers. Then of course, the most important thing I think for me, aside from changing the lights or the backlit of the keyboard, is of course changing the GIF or customizing the LED screen in our GIF. So we can upload actually in here, and yeah, you can just select or download whatever your GIF that you want and just click upload to keyboard, and it will just upload the GIF that you have. Although there is a limitation on how many frames it needs or the maximum frame that it can accommodate, but yeah, you can most likely customize this as much as you want. And this is unlike the Asus, which is just black and white. This one actually has colored. It's LCD screen, so yeah, it's quite better and it's quite good actually. And this is how it looks like in our keyboard. So yep, pretty cool, pretty amazing. And yeah, of course you can put other stuff here as well, such as the information of your computer and the battery life of our keyboard. So but really we have the battery life here as well. We have warning, and if you have caps lock, then it will also show it as well. So yeah, quite amazing. Now let's try to open it up and see the switches that it's using. So let's try to open it. I actually got the there's 3 switches here, which is made by specially made by iRocks, and these are actually what they call the raspberry red switch, which is a linear switch. And there are 3 other switches, as I have said, which includes the quiet multi, and which is tactile, and also the regular multi, which is tactile with some sounds. So let's try to get let's try to look inside. All right, so oh, so it is actually the lights are actually north facing, which is quite good. Most of the keyboards that I'm seeing, it has lights in the south facing, so that means the LED won't really shine through the keycaps if you have a shine through keycaps. So with this, I think so we can actually get some shine through keycaps if we have this. We can find a low profile shine through keycaps, then it will look good with the north facing LED. And by the way, this is actually double cap PVT keycaps that they have as default here. So over here we also have the spacebar, which has some stabilizers at the sides. I'm not really much of a keyboard enthusiast. This is actually only my second mechanical keyboard ever since for 20 years plus of my gaming computer life. So but yeah, so far it's very stable when being used, and I think you might be able to replace it with other kind of stabilizer, but for what it's worth, quite good, very good as well. So overall, this is indeed a very nice keyboard. Sounds good. And yeah, you don't really feel any wobbling around this part. So that's it. This some other stuff that we need to take note. This is actually gasket mounted, so yeah, I can feel that slight. I think you can see it in the video. There's some, if you really press hard, there's some slight movement in our gasket. So yeah, quite an amazing keyboard for its price. It's only cost around 4,000 NT, so that would be, yeah. Hey, why? Yeah, then look. So yeah, that's it. Quite an amazing keyboard for its price. It only actually cost around 4,000 NT, which is equivalent to around 130 US dollars. So for this keyboard, 96% layout, very good and very worth it. And now finally for some sound test.